like immigrants given, I don't know what it is about that experience, but it seems like they know how to finesse and they are very good at finessing. And I just, small business loans are given. They don't deal with discrimination when it comes to the small business loans. And like before they have to pay back, they'll just switch it out of their name and give it to their cousin. It's like I don't see where it's
just a whole lot of finessing at the end of the day.
Huh?
It's just a whole lot of finesse at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's what
they have a lot of help.
They seem like they have it seems like their position in this country is supported and backed by corporate interests, and therefore they have access to programs and resources to facilitate their economic prosperity that actual Americans do not have. And so I don't think that that's hard work. And I think that if a person has a known country of origin and they just are so hardworking, then I think that it should be easy for them to replicate their success in their home country, and we don't see that either. And so, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I kind of wanted to go off of what you were saying, because I was looking at something earlier about some programs that are going on in New York City right now, where they're giving like prepaid debit cards to people who come over and whatnot. I think it's like a 2,000 card limit per month, but I mean, that's still just, there's no hard work in that. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, they're just giving these cards out with money. I mean, you're gonna make these people incentivized into not working and whatnot, and then the people flow in and whatnot, and more people want those cards. I think this is a spiral, and I feel like people would definitely need to look at that stuff a lot, in terms of just immigrants just getting free housing, or in California where they wanted to give free healthcare to immigrants and whatnot, but veterans don't, that are homeless and shit, So it's just,
There was a woman who there was just a news story where they housed her. She was from the Dominican Republic though, but they housed her out in New York, and then she was complaining about the house not being nice enough, and it was like her and her 5 kids here as illegal aliens, and the news story was about how the house wasn't nice enough for her.
Yeah, she's complaining, but I mean, dude, you're not even, come on.
I just don't understand that. Like, I don't know. If they were harder, you got to think that they're actually being supported by taxpayer dollars. So that means that Americans work, because that's how you would generate and collect those funds, is through taxpayer dollars and Social Security. And so the fact that they haven't even been here long enough to work to accumulate those funds for themselves, they're actually just tapping into the funds that were worked for and accumulated from Americans. Like, it's literally like you cannot make an argument that you work harder when you're literally being supported by the system that has exploited American laborers. That doesn't make sense.
And with that, I mean, you just can't lose, man. Honestly.
What do you mean can't lose? Oh, the setup is surefire.
Yeah, I mean, the system is set up exactly for them. So, well, I wouldn't say exactly that, because there are some circumstances, like how I said. Well, okay, going back to New York City, because I've done a lot of research a lot lately, like how they have like the 30-day temporary stay housing that they have to do for everybody who seeks asylum there, and they have to do it for free for everybody. But the way that they're handling it is they are helping these families, but at the same time, they're kicking them out on the streets after those 30 days. So it's like, what can you do to help them? So that's why I'm on, both sides.
Yeah, it used to make me mad too. Especially because it's not that I wanted them to, but they don't share the answers. So they literally, it's so
Right.
funny. It's not that I want them to, but I think that Black Americans specifically, we have done things right to a fault, in my opinion. Um, because I don't know what it is about I'm really trying to figure out what it is about the immigration experience that are they have a taking mentality, like they're takers, but they have that mentality. Like, did you remember in that video of in Chicago there was an illegal alien that had shouted to the Black American woman? He said, "No more free stuff for you." Okay, and then they later interviewed that woman, and it turned out that she actually was an accountant, a retired accountant, and had been at her job for 30 years. She had her degree in accounting. And I was just thinking that is just such the most ironic. How can an illegal occupy the position of saying no more free stuff for you, but then talk to a woman who not only descended from ancestors who had 246 years of unpaid labor in this country, but she herself was a retired accountant, 30 years at her job. She spoke on that. Why? Like, what type of, that's crazy for him to believe that he was more entitled to something in this country over somebody with that type of background. Like, they have an entitled, like, it's like they
Yeah,
just know they deserve things.
that's
Like, it's
because
just
so many people
weird.
got away with it. So straight insults.
Because you have to think like, oh, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, most of them will say anything coming from a third world country. They trying to get it how they live. They'll work for cheap labor. They just trying to get away from their homeland. So they'll have that type of mentality coming over here thinking that a lot of them are doing something where most of them can't even go back to their homelands. People on the continent look at them as cowards for running away from the problem instead of handling it, instead of just grabbing your nuts and just getting on the ground and putting in some work. So they look at them as cowards by coming to America and not actually coming back to their homelands and helping their people.
And yeah, I agree with that. And that's a very disingenuous position for them to occupy because they literally how our ancestors were. I don't see an area where Black Americans have never been given anything in this nation when you really think about it. Like, because even if they try to say, oh, you use welfare, well, they should have just paid us reparation. Welfare is not exclusive to us. Like, we should have been an elite class in this nation for all of our contribution to this country. I think it's weird for them to make that assertion when they directly benefit from everything that we've ever worked hard for. It's just, yeah, it's so weird. They're losers. It feels like they're losers.
And the crazy thing is about the welfare system is most white people in the United States of America are at a high percentage of welfare. I think in one county in Kentucky, like 97% of the population is on a welfare system.
Yeah, and to me, I feel like that's a waste of whiteness. Like, that's what is the point of that?
What you mean, like the use of welfare on them?
No, I'm saying, like, to me, I just always, it always was, does not make sense to be white and poor. Like, that's what I just never understood.
Well,
Is like, where were you at when?
well, not a lot of whites back then were rich either. You know, I mean, there's only a certain percentage. I mean, like a not a certain percentage, but a certain group, like a group holdings that hold on to most of that wealth. And yeah, a majority of the white people were wealthy, but I mean, there's still some that were poor as shit. I mean,
That's not
still today.
true. Yeah, and that's not true
Oh yeah,
because
I'm not. I'm not.
our ancestors not never got to benefit from the works of their own hands. White people were able to escape the austere conditions of their country of origin. I'm sorry, European peasants were able to escape the austere conditions of their country of origin, the Irish, the Italian. They were able to come here, deculturalize themselves into a white identity, and erase that peasant status. And they were able to work to their own benefit. So it's literally like that's the only people that can make an argument that it's like Black Americans are the only ones
Okay,
that worked and your labor went to the benefit from your labor went to another group. That's not the case with any of their groups.
okay. Are you talking about white Americans or white in general?
I'm talking about white Americans. It is a waste of white. White is a social construct. It's not a biological identity. Remember that. So
Right.
it was literally created to marginalize other groups. They're actually just pale. And Negroes were here when the European peasants arrived. They were given 270 million acres of land with the Homestead Act. And they may argue, well, Black Americans had access to that too. But the Homestead Act started 3 years prior to the emancipation of Negroes. And then Negroes, because they never received repair, did not have enough money to even purchase lands that were given to white people. Now, fast forward, they were able to benefit from whatever they produced. Whatever they produced by working, they were able to benefit from. That has never been the case for our ancestors. If you're Black American, I don't know if you guys are. Our relationship with America is to have wealth extracted out of our communities, to have our properties seized by eminent domain. Like we've had self-sustained towns that were burned to the ground. They never had those things happen. So it doesn't make sense to be poor. And in my opinion, and I feel what happens with them is they do a lot of drugs.
Right.
I mean, in certain situations in society, it's always going to be a hierarchy of people at the bottom in different classes of people when it comes to like, people being at the top of the wealth and separating the wealth gap from the higher up people to the middle class people and to the lower tier people. They're always going to have people at the bottom, but they still have privilege of being white under the system of white supremacy.
Which means they can make a quick turnaround. That place in Kentucky that you were talking about, Johnny Depp is from there. And now, granted, if you can, we know white. Well, I know white trash when I see it. But the fact that they have opportunities to transcend extreme poverty because of their whiteness, I just feel like it does not make sense when they are poor. I think that they don't deal with as much to make it to be that way. Like, I'm just under that impression.
That's why I separate the people that say shit like that from the people who actually want to, see change and stuff. I like my white supremacy out front. I just don't want it behind the scenes. See, I like these people to be out front, actually telling us what they want us to do and what we can't get, so you can better well handle it instead of just having somebody try to be your friend and then stab you in the back at the same time. Yeah,
I laugh to keep from crying. That's why I did a laughing emoji, because it's really not funny. It's really, even the Jews, they're actually about to bankrupt America right now. And it offends me because the Negro body was the first capital to make America a capitalist empire, capitalist infrastructure. So the fact that illegals and Jewish are going to bankrupt America, because sending money to Israel and Ukraine, those are all the same people. Um, and the fact that they receive reparation from our government, even though nothing happened to them here in America, to me, that's demonic. Like, that's just something so demonic about that.
it sort of reminds me of like that scene off American Gangster when Frank Lucas had the chinchilla coat and he just threw it in the fire. What basically, the administration is doing with all the money that they send it to these Ukrainians and stuff. They just throwing money into the fire. They're just wasting it instead of just really helping the people in the country. No, I'm glad you said something, brother. Cause
Yeah, no.
I
Hell
work at my bad.
yeah.
I'm glad you said that, brother, because I work at the University of Georgia, and these students been protesting down here about the whole Palestinian-Israeli conflict, and I done seen a couple of, you know, some black folks out there, getting their ass beat, and I'm just looking at them like this don't have nothing to do with us. We don't really win on either side because it's a conflict that don't have nothing to do with Black Americans, let alone any other people who actually want to see, the country, actually be something by being fair to their citizens, especially Black Americans who have never gotten they just due. We done fought in every major war within the United States history, let alone fought in different wars all over the world. Our influences definitely influence the world, and it just goes to show you that this country has gone down the drain by not taking care of the first citizens that they raped and tortured and took resources from. Yeah, show the screenshot because I know Red Joker. He probably made like a little meme thing of it too. Because that's the only nigga I don't want to get in no beef with. Because he'll just kill you with these pictures and shit. Yeah, I know. I be on your channel. They be on your ass, man. I be getting the same thing on my channel for copyrighted music because I collect music and shit. I be uploading albums and stuff to my channel and stuff.
Yeah, I think I'll be getting around that copyright because I was actually thinking of starting a YouTube channel. Actually, I know this is like way off topic, but
Nah, we need more people starting YouTube channels that actually knowing what they talking about. So it just depends on what you do. So I suggest you start you one too. They like to throw rocks at the glass, then run away like roaches when people be coming back on them. I call them Middle Easterns because they just some of them recategorize themselves so much, but some of them just be burnt like charcoal and stuff. And I ain't trying to make fun of like people's skin structure and stuff, but they just have their ass backwards mentality, and some of them think they're white and stuff. So I just look at them as other people. Some of them like they don't hate themselves and stuff. Yeah, yeah, I know what they be saying, making 9/11 jokes and shit. I'd be like, y'all still going around here?
all the time.
It's kind of crazy that they don't be doing that, but I be seeing videos of them in certain countries getting beat up with sticks and stuff. I'm like, y'all ain't gonna do nothing? Like, come on now. Yeah, I couldn't do it because I've been roasting them so hard. They hard to stop. I don't want them to have a tether attack. They be speaking tether knees when it comes to certain topics and stuff. So as long as I've been living for my 30 years, I have never tried no African food. I ain't gonna really talk bad about their food because I never tasted it. But certain shit I wouldn't eat. Like you gotta be like normal stuff. Like I can't do it.
It's an acquired taste. I've never purchased African food, but when I was in college, I have a friend. I had a friend. She actually passed away this year. Charlene. She's from Ghana, and she used to cook for us all the time. So I had fufu, um, some type of soup. I've had those main dishes. I don't like spicy food, and it is a little spicy. It's all an acquired taste, though. I have been meaning to purchase some just to see if I liked it, but I probably won't, to be honest, because it's really not our typical palate as Black Americans. It doesn't have that taste. that we, you know, I'm getting you something. I'm taking this to Izzy and her friend.
I'm in a college town, so we don't got like certain shit like that in Athens. So I fuck up some Jamaican food though. So but I ain't never tried no African food a day in my life.
Yeah, I think the most I've tasted to African food is uh, chicken Jamaican jerk, honestly.
Yeah, I like that. The only thing that fucked me up with how they eat is some of them don't use utensils. They eat with their fingers and shit. That would really be like throwing me off.
Yeah, like I know that food hot. Like I don't know how you be eating that food.
Yo, them damn Indians, man. I done seen some videos, bro. Like I can't do it,
Yeah, I know.
man. Niggas be putting their whole feet in the food. I'm like, come on now.
Nah, they be stomping on the food, man. Whole heel and
Yo,
everything.
they be A-Town stumping like it's a Young Bloods music video. I'd be like, hey, I can't do it, man. I can't do it. They be trying to cheat like it's the damn tuning exams off Naruto. They be using all type of tactics. I'd be like, what the fuck? Being open your houses, giving hand jobs and shit. I'd be like, it's stupid people in every group. So you just got to separate dumb motherfuckers from people that actually have. Some of this stuff is just common sense with certain people. So I'm a quiet person, but I just let people talk. Then I just come in like a shinobi ninja and just strike them down. So I just let them expose themselves. Yeah, that'd be good because I done been in some spaces. These niggas up in here fighting like it's a damn love and hip hop reunion. I can't really mess with that shit no more. I'm like, y'all niggas ain't saying shit. Like y'all just letting these dudes talk to these women like that. Like I looked at one space. This African nigga was in there for like 2.5 hours just cussing, just saying all types of crazy shit. I don't know if this nigga had a temper tantrum or what. I'm like, y'all should have got this dude off the damn mic. Like, kick him off the space. It would have been much productive. Like, we know that certain tellers gonna come in and just cause mischief, but like some of these folks, y'all been in these spaces too long with these folks, man. Y'all just be letting them say all type of shit, bro. I don't know what y'all be doing. This why I don't be in spaces like that no more. I just look at certain shit and I see certain people, I be like, yeah, I don't fuck with them. That's why I be blocking folks. So I just try to.
Some of them need therapy.
I ain't that desperate to hear that streetwalker, so I ain't even trying to get the number like that. Shit, I'm snitching all day on her. If she ever comes to America, I'm calling ICE, motherfucker. And I ain't even the type of nigga that'll do some shit like that. But like, if it's a situation like that, if I know something like that illegally happening, I'm gonna say something. Cause that don't make no damn sense how these niggas can be on Twitter spaces all day saying the same shit, but you in another country getting ran through like a soul train line. It don't make no sense. Yo, you be killing me on your damn videos on your channel. They be yelling this shit. Then with Tariq, I looked at one video. Tariq was killing her ass. I said, God damn, I felt sorry for her. Her heart must have stopped like the Grinch. That shit did the opposites again, 2 sizes bigger. That shit got 2 sizes smaller. I was like, damn, I know she feeling herself. Her divestment wig just stunk up the place and shit. I had to spray her like Drake with some Febreze, my nigga. Shit. Dr. Combine. I wouldn't know that nigga probably on Bussy Avenue giving hand jobs for $40. So I don't know what these niggas be doing. It's too many. Look, bro, I don't stay in these spaces like that. It's too many of these characters to know. I just know certain people. Like I know certain people to stay away from, and I know certain people that I fuck with. So I just stay with my people. These niggas scatter like roaches now in spaces. Niggas was having beef with folks. Now they in their spaces and shit. I was in Tariq space a couple of days ago. I'm like, I done got about 5 or 6 people I done blocked, but they was causing all types of chaos. But they in the brother space. I'm like, I got on the mic. I told him like, you got a couple of hating ass niggas in the space right now. They hate you so much from a couple of years ago, but they still in your spaces, like trying to soak up game. Cause I was getting on one of these dudes. They was talking shit about my brother Afro Elite, and I was like, I had to say something about this shit because we had the whole microphone check situation going on during the reparations rally. Then when Black Americans start to get something popping, you always have a group of niggas from the Biscuit tribe coming over here just causing chaos and confusion. And I just got up there and said, man, I don't know what it is about, when we starting to do something, niggas just come out the woodwork like roaches off Joe's apartment. It always be something stupid. Yep. That's why I'm being spaces. These niggas be recording themselves off of Capri Sun pocketbooks and shit. That's why I stay the hell out of here, man. Shit, I know if one of them motherfucker docs me, I'm gonna send them niggas a digital anthrax letter and shit. You better stay the fuck away from me. Oh, okay. I was gonna show it because I seen your thing. I was like, man, we go show this dude some love because I don't even try to go in a lot of these other folks' spaces. These niggas just be in there yelling like bitches at the damn welfare office and stuff, trying to talk food stamps. I'm like, y'all niggas be on here so long, I can't even do it, man.
20 hours? Damn.
We know these niggas selling food stamps out of their trap house if they can do that for 20 hours. Nigga, I gotta go to work.
Seriously.
I got bills to pay.